Okay.
Hello, anyone who happens to find
Hello.
this video. We are
Hello.
doing the first episode of Cozy Cast.
Woo, woo, woo. Sound the alarm bells. We're coming for you, Impulsive.
Yeah, we're just gonna attack Logan Paul.
It's a great idea.
Yeah,
The man who's fighting fucking Floyd Mayweather.
I have zero idea what that drama is about. I don't keep up with it.
The only thing is that Floyd Mayweather is undefeated. From what I know. He's like 50-0 or 50-1 or something.
Damn. Also, I just suckled on this. This is like empty, so in my mic, there was just a loud.
Get screwed.
Yeah. Okay. So I typically in these podcast settings, we are going to be doing a thing where he has an idea, and then
Yes.
he's going to present that idea when the episode starts to me. And then I won't have any idea beforehand, and then we just go and talk about the topic and all that business. But otherwise, today that's what's going to be happening in the future. But today,
Yes.
I actually know what the topic is about because hey, we have to do this. It's kind of
We figured it's a good idea.
yeah, it's legally required that we do this.
I don't think it's legally required, but
You don't know.
successfully required.
You don't know.
Well, you show
It's
me the law that says it's legally required.
It's on my ass cheek.
Show it.
I'm gonna be totally honest for a second. My brain, for the entire time that I was silent, I was my brain was saying, "Don't you dare fucking say this! I swear to God, don't you dare! Don't say this! It's a bad joke." And then I don't even my mouth just started going. It was just like I'm saying this now. This is what's happening.
This is what's being said.
Yeah. I wish I had water. I'm so thirsty. But now we're doing a Cozy Cast episode. I fucked up, bro.
We both fucked up on that.
Yeah. Dude, we need water. Stay hydrated, people. Anyone who's watching this,
Stay hydrated.
stay hydrated.
Do as we say, not as we do.
Every episode, I'm going to be reminding all of you viewers to stay hydrated. And if I don't, you can murder me in the comments.
If we even get a comment.
That's... All right. Well, you didn't have to be that real.
My bad. I forgot we like to live in a fantasy world.
Oh, yes. That's what my latest song that I'm working on is about. Oh, goodbye, camera.
Your camera said focus. What's that?
Yeah. Okay. So we are Cozy Cast. We are doing the Cozy Cast.
We are cozy.
We
We're
really
doing
got to
the
figure out
Cozy
these
Cast.
intros, man. We got to figure them out. We got to figure out like a catchphrase or something like.
We never planned shit.
What about? We like to be cozy. No, come be cozy at Cozy Cast.
Or how about welcome to the Cozy Cast where you can be cozy or something like that.
I could do that. I could do that.
Wait,
We could roll with that for a bit.
How about this? Welcome to the Cozy Cast where we cast and you're cozy.
Can I? I'm gonna write. You know what? This is what we're doing now. We're gonna write this down. We're writing this down. Okay.
Fuck whatever I had planned for the podcast.
No, we got to do that. Okay, welcome to Cozy Cast. Welcome to Cozy Cast, where I forgot how to spell. Where we cast, and you can be cozy.
I like that.
You know what? We're keeping that in mind.
How about one of us says the first half and the other person says the other half?
Yes, I like that. It's just very aggressive.
Yes.
Okay, you say that. You can say what we're gonna do this. Okay, you say the first part, and then I'll say the second part. The second part will be, and you can be cozy, right?
No, the second part is where we cast and you can be cozy. So I say welcome to the Cozy Cast, and then you say
Where we cast and you can be cozy. Yeah,
Exactly.
I can do that. Okay, let's do this.
all right. Welcome to Cozy Cast.
Where okay, again, we're doing it again. Shut up, we're doing it again. Okay, I gotta get used to it. Okay, do it.
Welcome to Cozy Cast.
where we cast and you can be cozy. There we go.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Okay, I like that. Hey, I've snapped like 5 times in the past minute.
Hey,
Hey, that's sick. Hey, okay. All right. So the topic for today, take it away.
Is us.
Yes.
Because we are egotistical maniacs.
That's not what. That's not why we're doing this. We just think it's important.
No,
Basically,
we want to give you a backstory about how we met, how
Yeah.
everything kind of got started, all those details. Because I know people on the internet will give their left foot for those kinds of things.
apparently, I don't keep up. Yeah. So this Cozy Cast episode 1 is just basically giving you an insight into how we met, how the band started, and the different iterations of the band that we've gone through to get to now Cozy.
There's been a lot.
There's been a lot of like moments. I just had a moment in my brain. Was there a time? I think my brain just started mixing up like different moments in my life. I just had a memory. I had a memory that I've now sorted out was not a true memory, but I had a memory of a baby crying in a seat over us, over to the left of us, and then us two trying to come up with names. But I'm almost positive the baby never was there.
There was no baby.
There was no baby. It's fine.
We were in a car, but there was no baby.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, this
We'll
this
get to
episode
that eventually.
Yeah, this first episode is just telling you the story of us, and so we're gonna have fun with that.
And be prepared for this to be a complete shit show. 'Cause
Yeah.
We have no idea what we're doing.
Each of these episodes they're gonna be unscripted. We have no idea. Like I have no I in the future episodes I will have no idea what the topics are, and we're just gonna get into it, and we're just gonna see what happens if we go on rants and take missteps.
Some of them are gonna be deep and thoughtful. Some of them are just gonna be like, "Hey, what's your favorite ice cream?" And then we'll just go on there.
Pretty much. See like we could. There's probably gonna be an episode in the future where we start off talking about a YouTube channel and then end talking about a recent war in our history.
Because it was like the topic. I mean, other topics aside from this one are going to be ones that are just a starter,
Yeah.
like a conversation starter. And like some of them might go the whole podcast. Some of them might last 2 seconds.
Yeah.
You never know.
And we have no idea like the exact time length. We're pretty much just gonna go until like an hour is gonna be our aim. We're gonna end at an hour. Yeah.
Well, especially because I have to leave for a haircut.
Yeah, it'll probably be like
Eventually.
it'll be sometime like these episodes might range from 40 minutes to an hour length,
Yeah.
pretty much. So
Yeah. Who knows? We might even have an hour and 1 minute.
yeah, that's pretty gamer.
Pog.
It's Pog. Play the game.
Pog champ.
Oh my god. Okay, so where to start with us?
I say let's just kind of start with kind of when we met.
Yeah.
We can get into our like personal little lives.
Yeah,
a little
get
bit and
everyone to
other
know who we
things.
are.
Yeah. They don't care about who we were before we got together.
Yeah, I was a little. I think pretty much before we met, we were both little shits, and then we stayed little shits, and then we progressively got
Now we're
better.
big shits.
I'm the massive shit in the toilet you never want to look at.
Dude. That's just sad.
That's just sad.
Man,
Okay.
Get yourself together.
Yeah, I need to get my stuff together. All right, so you want to start? You want to start us off?
2015.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah,
2015?
so 2015.
Oh man. Oh god, yeah, it was.
It was 2015 when we met. Yeah.
Damn.
So we've known each other for a bit.
Yeah.
So just for a little just a little background, I had just moved down here from Washington, so I was like, I don't have friends. So we met at church, right?
Yeah. We went to church together, and
What are you sucking on? There's nothing in there.
you can get little juices out of it, okay?
That's what she said.
I hate you. I hate you. I knew you were gonna make that joke, and I still hate it. Oh my god.
Come on, you can't hate me. This is our first podcast.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
You have to wait until the second one to hate me.
Yeah, of course. That one I can be all out hate.
You'll see the real cozy.
Yeah, the real cozy is actually not cozy at all. It's just pain and suffering.
Like our government.
Oof.
Anyway, so we met at church.
Yeah.
We were both little people who we both didn't really have anyone we were hanging out with, did we?
I had like no one. No.
I'm pretty sure I saw you just sitting on like stack of chairs that we should definitely have not been sitting on.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely should not have been sitting on those. They let us for some unknown
Dude,
reason.
it was
Like, that's a good
crazy.
idea.
It was honestly crazy because in the back of this like church meeting area, there was like chairs line like stacks and stacks of chairs that progressively got higher and higher and higher, and in the corner was the highest stack. And I walk in, and it was like the first time I had really been there, and my initial thought was like, I need to get to that corner top chair. And so I like climbed up there and like found my way to the corner, and then I just sat there like a turd, just be like,
Hello. This is my spot.
Because it just makes sense.
Yeah.
It just makes sense.
and I looked like I don't know, I was very baby faced back then.
We both were.
Yeah, truly we were.
We didn't know what acne was. We didn't know what growing facial hair was.
Yeah.
We've grown.
Yeah, now I just have a scruff and kind of look like Shaggy in the mirror, which I don't mind.
I just look pockmarked.
Shaggy.
I'm just pockmarked as fuck.
Shaggy, honestly, I don't mind looking at myself in the mirror and thinking, hey, that scruff makes me look like Shaggy, because damn, that dude's power levels are off the charts.
He only uses 0.00001% of his power.
I was watching like a video a little while ago that was like talking about a comic book that had like the entire like mystery gang, that they were all like in an apocalypse situation, and it was way in the future, and it was really dark, and I was really surprised. But like Daphne straight up kills a kid. Like it was.
I could honestly see that.
Yeah, she was kind of crazy, but basically in the comments of that video, there was just literally like almost every comment was just saying, man, if only Shaggy had used 0.1% of his power, all the monsters would have been dead. I was like, man, Shaggy's powers and influence, for that matter, is just insane.
He apparently, apparently.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah. So
this is what happens. We just go on little side rants all the time.
Yeah, but so I was sitting in the corner chair, and then you showed up.
I don't know what drew me to you. I think I was just like, I need a friend. He looks like he needs a friend. We can be friends.
See,
And I think
when you're
so, like,
yes.
what?
Oh, I was just gonna say, when you're lonely, you look for other lonely people to comfort your loneliness.
You know, that's like you were saying that in a joking manner, but it is true.
It really is.
But so I was wearing a Doctor Who like TARDIS t-shirt,
Oh, God, yes.
and I think that was what we bonded over.
It was the first thing we ever bonded over. Was when like Doctor Who. No matter what we think, like how like conversations really started, that was what bonded us, was our just passionate love for Doctor Who and David Tennant, that beast of a man.
You can take me anywhere,
Dude.
Um,
Sweep
but
me
yeah,
up.
because I think I just climbed up there and was like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah, it was something along those lines. And basically that was just how our friendship started. And it was surprising because like when we met, we bonded over Doctor Who, and then like we went to church that next Sunday, because that was at the life group.
Youth. Yeah, it was the youth.
Yeah,
thing.
it was the youth group we went to, and then we saw each other again the next Sunday. I think it was something like that. And then we had our whole introductions with the families and all that. And then it was like immediately I was going over to your place and we were like hanging out.
Yeah, it was just like,
Yeah, we just immediately were jamming, and no, we didn't really. I don't know if it was I think the first time we ever hung out at each other's. The first time we ever hung out at your place, I think it was just like we watched like a couple Doctor Who episodes.
no, I think we watched a few Doctor Who episodes. I think we played some video games, and that was that.
Yeah, that was like the first time we ever really did anything, and I don't think we ever talked. I don't even think we talked about music the first time that we did anything like that.
No, it was a while, I think, before music came up.
Oh yeah, it was.
Because before that, it was filming.
Yeah, you're right. I think we were making like some videos, but those were even sparse. It was mostly just like hanging out, like weirdos.
A couple of weirdos having fun.
Oh yeah, we used to have matches where I don't. Yeah, we're gonna get into this. We're gonna get real. Okay, we're getting real. This is like like I don't care who you are when you're younger and you're like getting your best friend, you give zero craps about like what you do. And so him and we would have wrestling matches, and no, it's not dirty. It was just straight up like we put on like dubstep music and then did like
just went at it
and did like acting scenes, and then we would be like like tackle each other.
We were like 12.
Yeah, we like tackled each other to the ground. And there was one time where like we got a little too into it, and we're starting to like actually battle it out with the music like hyped us up way too much, and we were just like,
yeah,
it's time. I'm gonna take your ass out.
I can't help but wonder what my mom was thinking downstairs.
Dude, I don't know. She probably just heard like God.
And then she just heard boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Boom. I bet at least once she was like, should I check on them?
I remember specifically
Nah.
listening to the Song of Storms remix by Tim. Oh God, what's it called? It's Tim. It was Tim something, I think. Will and Tim, I think. Song of Storms remix by Will and Tim. It's on a dubstep gutter channel on YouTube. Will and Tim, Song of Storm. Yeah, it's this, right? Yeah. If you would load. Yes, that is it. And because I still to this day love that dubstep song. I think it's really fun. I love Zelda music in general because Zelda is fucking awesome. I could go like we could have.
In case you can't tell, he's enthusiastic.
We could have a whole podcast about the Zelda franchise, and I would go off.
I wouldn't even get to talk. It'd just be him.
Dude, I would be talking about Breath of the Wild. God, I love that game. Dude, give me some of that Link to the Past. Ocarina of Time. I want to play Wind Waker desperately because that game looks so cute and fun. Twilight Princess looks pretty cool. I do think it's weird how you like turn into a wolf, but honestly that's unique and it's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love the Zelda franchise. I can't wait for Breath of the Wild 2. Anyway though, we would have like wrestling matches and be like goofy. It was like probably a couple times of us just hanging out, like almost probably a couple months of hanging out.
Well, we clicked pretty quick.
Oh yeah, we clicked really quickly, but I don't know when we got into like the music aspect of things.
It was a couple months.
Yeah.
Because I remember the piano was in my parents' room at the time. Now the same piano was just sitting like right over there. So
yeah,
I stole it from them.
This piano used to be outside in the living room. Now we have it in my room.
We basically just stole our parents' pianos. That's what happened.
Pretty much. I got my own guitar. I got a ukulele.
I have 2 guitars and a ukulele.
That was not the right chord.
Anyway, I think it was like you just like sat down at the piano and just like randomly started to play something.
Yeah, it was something along those lines. I was like, "Ooh, a piano," and then I was like, "Yeah, I could play a little." Because at the time, like, I don't care. Like, I have changed a lot since that time, because back then I was like really shy. I didn't like as far as music went and singing went, I was
Yeah.
really, really shy. I don't even think I had started truly singing to like get better at that point. I was just kind of like fiddling around on the piano. Yeah, and so I was like, I wanted to show you something that I had been practicing in my meantime on the piano. And I was like, oh, do you guys have a piano? I was like, yeah, we got one in your room. And then I just kind of played on it, and you were like, yeah, I like making music, and I like working on music or something like that.
Yeah.
And then
I think the exact words was like, "Hey, I play guitar." Wink, wink.
it probably, knowing how we were, yeah, it was probably exactly that. You were like, hey, I play the guitar. And then we were,
You're thinking what I'm thinking.
and then I was like, and then we decided to make a band.
Which was called.
Linear Aggression.
That was all you, by the way. That was all you. who came
Yeah,
up with
because at the time, my brother made a channel called Linear Regression. That's like a math terminology thing. And so I was like, wouldn't it be fun if you turned regression into aggression? And then,
that. So essentially, what it means is we were just a really aggressive straight line.
yeah, I think the exact thought process was we were like, we're just angry people, and so we're just consistently getting more and more angry.
Somehow, because we're
What?
12. Because we thought we had everything figured out.
I
when we
was,
were 12.
you know, apparently that's what you call edgy.
We weren't even that edgy.
Trying
We were
to
just-
be edgy.
Yeah, we were the kids who would like pretend to be depressed.
Yeah, I don't even know if it was pretend to be depressed. More just like, because I don't know about you, but for me, I was just straight up a weirdo. I was just a straight up weirdo, and like the idea of being kind of edgy to fit in more sounded nice, and so linear aggression, being consistently more angry, was like,
I'm edgy boy. I'm gonna fit in.
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, so then we came up with that. Did we ever actually write a song?
I don't think we wrote a song until like a year after or something along those lines. Like, cause when
No, the
What?
first song we wrote. Look it up. See if you can find the date on that.
yeah, I'm gonna find the date we released the first our first ever song, which, by the way, was not actually releasing it. It was putting it out on a YouTube channel. It's not like we have now, which, you know, like we put it out on Spotify and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It was nothing like that.
Should we take a moment to plug? Should we take a moment to?
Is it plug time?
I think it's plug time.
All
you brought
right.
up the music now. We got to
Dude.
plug.
All yours. I'm gonna be finding stuff.
No, I meant plug the song
What song?
that we just did.
What? Yeah, you want to plug? That's what I'm saying.
You're just glitching out so hard right now. Oh no.
Hello. Hello.
Everything is hello. Everything went wrong there for a sec.
Hello.
You're completely frozen.
Oh my God! Everything's breaking. I opened up our
Should I-
YouTube channel and it all broke.
Should I just take care of the Googling things
hold
since
on.
I'm not recording?
It's fine. It's fine. I'm figuring things out. We're fine.
Didn't we mentioned this was going to be a shit
we're-
show, right?
Okay, there we go. There we go. I'm back.
Not for me.
Oh, well, is my face broken or something like that? Oh,
I
great.
just got the two.
Hello? Hello?
I can still hear you.
Hello?
I
Oh my
promise we
God,
know
your
what we're doing.
camera. Okay, we're just going to turn my camera off. Turn it back on. What is happening?
What is happening?
I'm having an aneurysm. Jesus. Okay, we're gonna switch my camera. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing now. That's what I'm talking about.
This is gonna go great.
Hello.
Hello. I think that switched
Hello?
your mic too. I think that
Yeah,
switched
because
your
I
mic
turned
for
off
me.
my other. I turned off my other mic because god awful. Maybe I can try and fix it, but everything went to crap when I tried to open up our channel.
Do you want me to just look it up? Since
No,
so it
I
doesn't go
have
to
it
crap?
open. It's fine. Oh my god, that's funny. That was funny.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we
anyway.
released. We put that out on YouTube. I don't know how we got so as successful as we were.
Yeah. Because like, okay.
But that's the same channel, by the way. That's the same channel. We're just under a different name now.
Yeah. See, the thing is that like, okay, that should have switched my camera back, and we should be good.
We're good. We're good.
Okay. So, yeah, like when you think in the scope of things, people have like millions of subscribers, and it's like, oh, you have 40. What do you mean? You know, it's like that's not that big a deal. But for how terrible we were to get,
It's amazing.
Yeah, to get that much. I mean,
I guess they thought we had potential.
I mean, we do. I'd say we have potential, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they were awfully confident that we would hit it.
Eventually. Okay, so wow. The first song we ever released, which by the way was called, what was it called? Let's see. What was it called?
Finding
Ourselves. The first song we ever made was released on January 6th, 2018. So it seems like we didn't actually start working on like putting out music until 3 years in our relationship as friends.
Wow.
Yeah, like, damn.
Well, I don't think we started working on music until we started having sleepovers.
Yeah, that's true. I don't, because like because the others, the crowds, that's what we called it. The crowds was, it had cool lyrics. I feel like the lyrics could, like, if they were refined, they could be fun.
I don't know.
The
That
beat
was like what, sat in a crowd of others.
Well, the thing is that
tangled up in the wind.
the thing is we didn't have a chorus.
Comments.
We didn't know what song structure was.
We really didn't, bro. You remember the beat switch in the middle?
Oh my god, dude! It was like a pretty like piano song, and then all of a sudden it's like.
Why did we think that was a good idea?
I don't know, but we did.
To be fair, we were making everything on GarageBand.
True. You know, actually, I could probably share my screen and show everyone the songs.
Do they need to hear them?
You're right. They don't need to. Comment down below if you want us to have a cozy guest episode where we show you our songs. Don't do it. Just like don't you fucking dare.
It's not worth it. This is for your sake.
Yeah.
I think the first good shit we released wasn't until we did that track that we did together on my channel.
Which one was that?
Wishing Well.
Wishing Well was okay until like it was. I think Wishing Well was okay because of the ending. The ending was really nice, but the instrument choice and everything for that beginning was just kind of shit.
But that was the first like somewhat structured song.
Oh, absolutely. We actually had structure in that song.
And then I think the next thing we did together was I'm Fine for your channel.
No, Hollow was but together, yeah.
Yeah. I mixed Hollow. But
Yeah.
I didn't have a part.
I do want to say that I think the good thing, probably the best thing we ever made and released on our channel.
Because we got some shit coming for you guys.
I'm very excited. Should we like promote that today?
I say let's wait to promote that till the end.
Okay, let's do that. So
that
stick
way
around.
you know there's something coming, but you don't know what it is. We're
Exact-
building suspense.
Yeah, build suspense. I do want to say, so here's a list of songs that we like went through on January 6th, 2018. After like 3 years of our friendship, just like hanging out, trying to like at first we started when we first met. We met at church, and then we got together and we started hanging out. And then when we found out we both like music and we both like playing the piano for me, playing the guitar for him, we originally were trying to create songs with mixing our instruments like a genuine band, without like any sort of program or DAW, like any sort of that. Like we were just trying to mix our instruments, and we worked on that for a long time before realizing it doesn't work.
For those of you wondering, DAW stands for Digital Audio Workspace.
Yeah, like FL Studio, Ableton, Logic,
Pro Tools.
those those kind of things that you hear people might talk about sometimes.
So what I think we fucked up on not realizing is that we could have mixed everything in GarageBand. We could have recorded vocals into GarageBand.
Yeah, but we had no idea how to do that.
Which was kind of stupid because there was literally, you open it up, one of the first things that shows is audio recorder.
Yeah. I think, the thing that's what?
I was gonna say, because our process was we'd make a song on GarageBand, we'd export it, so we'd have the MP3. We would record ourselves in the voice recorder on the Windows.
Mm-hmm.
We'd put and this was all one takes. So we'd just be like on this. It was this exact mic too, by the way. It was this mic.
Yeah. Well, here's the funny thing.
So we'd just be like,
the funny thing is that we had that mic, right? And we had everything hooked up, but we didn't actually select the right mic. So for like multiple songs that we released on this channel, which thank God are privated now, which again, if you comment enough that you want it, we will showcase it.
yeah.
But we had everything set up, and that's a really good mic. But
it is. It's a super decent mic.
But
I mean,
we didn't.
Now we're on to like this. So we're on to like Bluebirds.
Yeah. So, but like, really, we had decent mics. Yeah. And we just didn't click the right mic to use for actual recording. And it just,
but no, what it was is we didn't have the right input.
Yeah.
Because we had to get that little USB connector thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we were like, hey, check out this new mic that we
It was not good. We were not prepared.
We were not.
Yeah, but so I want to mention that we tried to work on like music using piano, me playing piano, him doing guitar, and we actually tried to like band it out. However, clearly, that didn't really work out. We were not, prepared enough to try and go down that route. We weren't like trained
Not
enough.
nearly.
For either of us, we weren't trained enough to try and play in an actual band setting. So after a couple years, I think, of just like screwing around and like not really having music be our full focus, like we were doing plenty of other things when we hung out. Sometimes we did some music stuff.
It's not like we were bored or anything. Music wasn't our priority then.
Exactly. And so and then eventually January 6th, we were like, oh yeah, you know what? We want to work on some music. So January 6th, 2018, we put out Finding Ourselves, took the picture, all that. And that was fun. And then literally 2 weeks later,
yeah,
we put out The Crowds,
which has how many views?
which has 168 views.
Why?
And it's privated now, so it's not going to get any more views. But at the time, it got 168 views.
But why?
I know, right? So we released. The reason I pointed out that it was released 2 weeks later is because 2 weeks is fine and dandy time to create a song.
Yeah.
In all honesty.
Yeah.
The thing is that we didn't do that. We made the song.
It was all one night.
One night. Beat one night. Song same night. Release.
This is how all of our songs were made back then.
Yeah.
All of this was in one night.
And everything was like taken like, imagine two people standing in a really like closed off space. One's in front of the mic, which wasn't actually recording us, and we sing that thing, and then we step to the side and wiggle around each other so that the other can get in front of the mic. That was our process.
You know, I can kind of see why people thought we were gay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it worked for us at the time. I think because we were like, making music is cool, but we were like, we're gonna make music and then we're gonna go play some like Apex Legends or some shit like that.
Yeah, it just was not our focus. And then Mindscape was made. And in that song, there's an inside joke between us where like we just look at each other.
We don't gotta get into that.
You really don't want to get into that?
Fuck it. Let's get
Basically, our inside joke is they take my stuff because
I was so bad at rapping back then. I was such a melodic person. I was like,
it was just funny because like you were like messily jumping about. Don't get me wrong. I was I had a raw talent, but it was very raw.
It was very raw.
Yeah, and it just had a lot of wiggles and like it wasn't like very refined vocal wise, and I still think I can get better. But like, and same with you for rapping and singing and all that. It's just you can always get better. But back then it was like you really could get better.
We shouldn't have been posting back then, but I think I'm glad we did because it gave us the experience that we needed.
It really did give us the experience we needed. So in that song, the reason we have an inside joke that's they take my stuff is because he was rapping and like he had this line. It was like talking about bullies, which is like, you know, it's an awareness kind of line. It was like very well thought out and it made sense for where it was, I think.
No, I remember the line.
What was the line?
They kick me, they punch me, they take my stuff.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah. And it's a good line.
The way
it's an okay line.
For where we were.
Yeah, for where we were, it was a good line. It's like a very pointed line towards like people like bullies, you know, and how bad bullying can be. And like talking about issues and stuff. It was just how you delivered it. You were like, they kick me, they punch me, they take my stuff.
No, it was worse than that.
It was?
They kick me, they punch me, they take my stuff.
It was so like we cannot describe how monotone and like robotic it was. It's so funny.
It was. Now it's funny. Back then we thought it was the shit.
Oh yeah, and so here's the funny thing. After that, we kind of started to get into a more goofy aspect of our singing. Like it started to show how much we weren't really taking our music seriously in the later songs. Because then we made The Bells. So on January... What the...
How many views?
Hold on. No, that's not what I'm looking at. I just am blown away. Because The Crowds was released on January 21st, 2018, right?
Yeah.
Mindscape was released 4 days later.
How often were we having fucking sleepovers?
I don't know.
And why can't we go back to that?
Yeah, I wish. Fucking pre-COVID times, please.
Seriously.
So January 25th, we made Mindscape. A little while later, on February 15th, 2018, same year, we made The Bells. The Bells was a more serious take. It had like a more like vibey take. Like you could probably relate it more to like some of the stuff we make today.
Yeah.
But like,
it's like a precursor.
At a super bass level. Keep in mind we were using
like,
GarageBand, Music Maker, Jam as our like our quote unquote DAWs.
Don't use Music Maker. Don't use the Windows edition in Music Maker.
Don't. It's bad.
Don't do it.
It's really bad.
It's very bad. It's awful.
So The Bells, it was serious, but then we started to really like after Mindscape, we really started to just kind of not care as much, and we already weren't really caring that much. Like our
Not
priorities,
nearly as much as we are now.
yeah, we were not prioritizing our music to the degree that we do now. And The Bells is where it started to actually show up, because it was a serious song, and then towards the end of the song, we just added like yeah, like, but it was bad and like super distorted and like did not sound good.
Yeah.
And we just added it because it was like, oh, that's funny, haha, and we just kept it in there.
Yeah.
And that's where you kind of start to realize that it doesn't really like fit. And that's where we get to probably my favorite song that we've made and put up during this stage.
Is that
It is Phantom Thoughts.
thoughts running
Through my brain, making me want to go insane. Yeah. So that was uploaded.
It's still kind of a bop.
Yeah, I mean, like, I listened to it a couple days ago, and it's still bop. Could have used a lot of vocal mixing and a lot of things, honestly. But it was okay for where we started. But it also really shows how much we weren't really thinking about it being put out at the very
Burrito.
end. At the very end of that song, there's a line that says, it's like saying something like life is a bunch of terrible experiences wrapped up in a delicious burrito. That's a genuine line. And it wasn't like, oh, you sing it, it's like, burrito. It was literally, I'm like singing it like, life is a blah, 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 burrito. That's how, the last thing you hear in that song is burrito. In that exact tonality, everything.
It's exactly like that.
And that was released on...
We were hungry.
Yeah, we were hungry. I remember that.
Because I think we did we went and ate burritos after that.
Yeah, and that was released April 30th of 2018. Then after that, I think is where we started to get we started to use more Music Maker Jam stuff and not GarageBand stuff, because I had a couple beats that I had made in Music Maker Jam that we were like, oh yeah, we can mess with that. And then we made Blank Pages. When we made Blank Pages, it was a couple months, like 2 months after we had made Phantom Thoughts. And I think that was where we started to be like, okay, we should probably take this just a little bit more seriously.
Yeah.
And so we made that, and we were both singing in that one together. And we had some moments in it that were pretty good, but it was also pretty messy. It was like one
I was not
take.
an experienced singer back then like I am now.
Yeah, I don't think we both were as experienced as we are now at the very least. Yeah, and so we made that, and you know, it was fun. You know, we had it was a little weird, it was kind of bad, but we were like, yeah, we like that. That has 116 views. Now, then we had the Bacon World episode 1. We never put up episode 2. That's fine. It was a funny video. I still watch that. I still watch that and laugh to this day. Dude, the first beginning, that beginning that I edited, still so funny to me. I'm really proud of that.
Didn't just be open, just like crap.
Yeah. Then we made Lost Boy. It was another attempt at something more serious. That was released on January 8th of 2019. So like almost 6 months after Blank Pages. But, you know, that was a pretty fun one, too. It sounded pretty okay, if I remember right. Had some good, cool moments. Then, a couple months after that, on April 6th of 2019...
Oh, no.
We made...
Oh, is this what I think it is?
We made the...
No.
It was where we gave up. I honestly think it was just where we stopped caring about what it sounded like. We made a song, and I am not kidding. I quote... It is called Cheddar is Better. And the entire song...
I remember how we came up with that.
We were like, what if we made an EP that was all about cheese? That was our genuine thought.
And we thought it was such a cool idea.
We were like,
we were just downstairs. We were eating chicken soup. Mm-hmm. And we're just like, what if we made an EP about cheese?
I honestly think... You just offered me a slice of cheese while I was eating the soup, and I was like, I looked at the cheese and I was like, what if we made a song about cheese? And then you looked at me and you were like, what if we made an EP about cheese? This is so stupid. So
Well, the
this,
thing is, we didn't even know what an EP was at that time. I think we just were like album.
yeah.
Jeez.
So I want to say that our original band name was Linear Aggression, right? Every song that we've been talking about so far was during our Cloudless Lights period of era, the Cloudless Lights era. That was what our band name was originally going to be. And then after Cheddar is Better, we made another song, still during the Cloudless Lights phase. And this was called Good Times. Had a cool concept in beat form, but when we recorded it, we literally didn't care enough to line up the vocals correctly, so everything sounds just ever so lightly off.
I think the only thing that's actually where it's supposed to be are the backing vocals.
Yeah, and that does not work.
Like, if you look at the picture on the front of it, you can tell there was no effort put into that either.
It literally was a picture of a mountain, like that we just took.
I could go. The mountain's like right there.
Yeah, you just, and then you literally put Good Times in the clouds, and then Cloudless Lights. Like, oh, it's so bad, but
So
you know,
glad
we put
it's
it
taken
out,
down.
and it's fine. But finally, we moved into Wishing Well. When we moved into Wishing Well at this point, we had actually started to branch off. I had gone and made a channel called Nautilus to make my music, which has now become Nautilus of the Tide. And
For copyright reasons.
yeah, well, a bunch of people called themselves Nautilus, and I was like, no, I want uniqueness. And for you at the time, you were called Skelly, which that was a fun period of time, but we can talk about that later.
No, was it just Skelly or was that Lord Skelly 808?
I think it was Skelly at the time, but I think before this, you had already started putting out music under Lord Skelly 808.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what was I thinking with those songs?
I don't know. So after all this, we were like messing about, and you know, we were doing our business. Then we released a project that we've privated now, and this was all under Cloudless Lights. And then we wanted to start getting into more music, that because we had gotten way more serious when we started working on our own projects. We started to get really serious about music.
Because we bought actual DAWs.
Yeah, we bought FL Studio.
We bought actual DAWs. Yeah.
I bought FL Studio.
Which is a great DAW, by the way.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I bought FL Studio, then you bought FL Studio, and we just started messing around. And then at some point in 2019, it was 2019, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, in 2019, I created Hollow, which was used. It was made I made the beat, and then we transferred it over to your stuff, and then we practiced on it. And you know, that was when we started to get. I think when I started making Hollow, when I made Hollow, I think we both got really serious with the production and everything, because we realized.
Yeah.
We realized like, oh, this can actually sound really good.
Yeah.
And you know, then we made I'm Fine together. We actually made that song together, and that was really fun. And then I think after I released Cacophony In, or no, it was while I was working on Cacophony In, a project that I released on my YouTube channel. You can still see it on Nautilus of the Tide, if you want to, but it's a very first rough draft kind of project.
Yeah.
But you know, it was during the working of that, we were like, oh, let's change our name. And then we came up with Talmont Park. And Talmont Park was made because we were thinking like, oh, it's like a storybook. We like telling stories, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And we made some songs under that, but we never released them. We just had like concepts and stuff, if I'm thinking right. Yeah.
We never even made the beats for them.
Yeah, seriously. We really never did. We just had the idea. And then catching us up to now, we've had plenty of time working on our own stuff. We have I have a When I Die is a lo-fi collection that I put out, and I have a couple singles out from an album I'm working on. That's from our, my own work, and you have an EP out on Spotify and all the different platforms. And so we've had a lot of time to work on our production skills and all that stuff to get better. And so,
Which I think we needed to be able to make this band successful.
seriously, we really did. It also helped us understand our chemistry when we worked together on music. And that helped us, I
Yeah.
think, come to a conclusion about what we wanted our name to be, which was Cozy at the end. Which,
Because it's kind of like, that's kind of our personalities.
yeah.
It's because like we have our moments where we're like crack-headed and like chaotic energy, whatever.
Yeah.
But most of the time, we're just kind of chill, making music, relax, and play video games. Just not being crazy.
Yeah, like if we're put in a situation where we were doing like a Twitch stream or a video or anything like that, we'll be goofy. We don't mind talking a bunch, but when we're in our alone time, I feel like both of us just like to sit and like cuddle up against something and watch shows
Seriously, it's like we're either watching shows or playing video games.
or reading a book
when we're
or
not-
just just
Because
vibing.
it's like, yeah, because I mean, and that's not to say we put on a fake personality when the camera comes on.
absolutely not.
It's just like the camera just energizes us.
Yeah, when us two are together, we are very active and we like joke around, like whenever we make something that like hits really hard, I straight up have like a seizure and just like fall on the ground and like dying because I'm just like, that hit so good. I still do that.
He really
Like,
does.
when music hits, I feel it in my soul.
hits.
I feel it like throughout my bones. It shakes me to my core, and I'm just like, oh, that hits so well.
Oh yes.
Yes. Yeah. So we kind of just had that time to really focus on our own processes, and then we started to come together periodically, and we came up with a project last year. Towards the end in August, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
And we've been sitting on it for a while. And since we're coming up on 50 minutes now, which I am very surprised at.
Man, this has been a vibe so far.
I really like doing this. I hope anyone who watches this enjoys this.
Yeah. Like this is probably one of the more like serious ones we'll be doing.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so we worked on that project and we've been sitting on it for a hot minute. And now on May 30th, is it time?
I think it's time.
May 30th, we are releasing a song that we have been sitting on for so long. It's
It's the first single as us.
First official Cozy single coming out on Spotify, Apple Music, all of it. Pandora? Yeah, Pandora.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Probably.
Probably.
Hopefully.
Anyway, it's going to be our first single. It is Please Rain Till I Fall Asleep. And it's a cozy song for a band named Cozy.
Yeah.
That's really the best we can call it, the best we can say.
And like again, it was made a good long while ago. So even listening to that, we can be like, oh, we've improved a lot since then.
Seriously.
But I think it's a very good opening track for a band like us.
Yeah,
for a duo like
it's
us.
well produced. It's got really I think pretty nice vocals. Got some nice stuff going on for it. I think we've definitely gotten better, and we have a lot better like producing quality now. But still, it was really it's good. I think it's a good song.
Plus, it's just catchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what's coming up for the release, and then we got a bunch of other stuff in the works that you don't get to know about yet.
Yeah.
Because it's secret.
I think honestly that catches everyone up to like how we met, the different phases and eras of us.
That's the music side. We did skip over one huge event in our lives, though, that changed us a lot, I think.
Yes.
How did we forget that?
Are we thinking about the same thing? The big
Does it involve
the big
Yeah.
the big steep.
Yep. We're thinking about
All
the
right.
same thing.
So I think we'll end us off with the biggest. I think honestly, this event is good that we saved it for the end because this event is
It's a little bit darker.
It's darker, and it's also got some funny moments just because we weren't thinking properly.
You know that meme where Markiplier's like, yeah, this is big brain time? It was small brain time.
Yeah, seriously. It really straight up was. I mean, honestly, so here's the situation. We really enjoy longboarding and everything, and we decided we had been longboarding around town, enjoying ourselves, getting like drinks and Arizona's oh my God, I want an Arizona. That sounds really good.
Yeah. We need We need to get in Arizona.
Damn. Yeah, so we've been like riding around town and just enjoying ourselves. And it was the week before fall break. It was the day before fall break, actually.
It was that Friday before.
That Friday before, we were like, oh, let's go longboarding. I had a place in mind that we could like longboard. And we were walking to that area. And it was going to be like a very lax area. It wasn't going to be too crazy on steep hills or anything like that. Yeah. But then Josh looks over and sees a steep hill and he's like, oh, you want to take that? And my brain was like, no, that wasn't the case, but I'm down. And so I'm sure you can see where this this goes. You know, we went up to the top of the hill. We didn't even think like, oh, let's take a fifth of it to see how it goes. We went to the very top. And then we were like, we got up to the top, and I remember very specifically you went, you were like, wow, that's a lot steeper than I was thinking, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, we'll be fine, because my brain just forgot how to think. Both of our brains just stopped thinking, I honestly think. And so we went down, and I was thinking, you know, I'll try carving. And so from my perspective, I was like trying to do carving, but I had never tried carving before. I didn't even know really how to like the form for it. I didn't know you were supposed to take up the whole damn road on a steep hill. So I was just like, all right, I'm swinging. I was just causing myself to get some real nice work away through that wind. I was speeding myself up. I was going. And then that's when the speed wobbles hit. You know, because we've been loosening up our torques. We had been loosening up our things, our trucks, right? Yeah, trucks.
Yeah, your camera froze.
Oh, damn. There we go. We had been like working our way through things. I was just working my way through the wind, getting faster and faster and faster. Speed wobbles hit for me, and I pretty much immediately knew I'm fucked. Because I had like a solid way to go. Speed wobbles were hitting, because almost immediately when we pushed off, we were going fast. Like, it was scary. Oh, yeah. It was scary. And so we were moving down. Speed wobbles hit me. I see Josh. He's kind of getting alongside me. He's catching up to me. We're like right next to each other. And then speed wobble hit me really hard, and I was like, I need to jump. And I think it was like closer to 3/4 of the way down the hill. And then I was
like halfway to 3/4.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, I need to get off. And so I jumped to bail, right? Josh flies past me, and I was headed straight for the curb, because I had started on the complete right side, and I had somehow worked my way all the way to the left. And and when I bailed, my longboard went all the way to the right. It
said bye.
It dipped, which fair enough. It was dipping the idiot of an owner. So
like, this noob.
Yeah. So I jumped off, and my head was headed straight for the curb. So I had to like push my hand down really hard against the asphalt. So I have a scar on my hand right here. I don't know if anyone can actually see that, but it's like very light right there.
I think I can kind of see it.
Yeah, it's kind of light there. But so that's that. And that's where I got, because I hit my hand. I put my head up to my arm to make sure I didn't hit myself in the head. And I didn't feel anything on my lower half. And so when I pulled to a stop, I thought Josh had like pulled over and was like totally fine. Because I thought I heard you like turn and like go like, woo, something like that. So when I stopped, I flipped over. I was like, okay, I need to check myself. And so I checked myself, and what I was greeted with was a fucking hole in my hip. Right on my hip, the skin gone. And when I mean hole, I look like when I turned over to look at the wound, I could see down my leg like a black abyss. And it was just I was like, oh shit. And so if you're shy of scars, don't look. But so you can see here, I have this scar now. It's a raised scar on my side. And so that exists. And, you know, That's a reminder to not be an idiot. I also have 2 scars on my knee. Right here. Let's see if I can actually show it. So I have 2 scars here, very lightly here. It's kind of starting to fade, which is nice. But then I have this one, which is a little more prominent. And those are all scars from the same exact fall. And let me tell you, the night of was god awful because not only did I have to get stitches for this one on the hip, so that was right after the ER trip. I also had to put hydrogen peroxide on all these, and I don't care who says what. Hydrogen peroxide hurts like a bitch. All right, it hurts, especially when you have so many grains in your hands. Like, it hurts, dude. I don't care who you are. It hurts. Anybody who says, hydrogen peroxide doesn't hurt. It hurts. Do not lie.
I know, because we were on the call that night, and I could just hear him going,
dude, it was like...
he was taking a giant-ass shit.
Dude, it was... I was crying out in pain because it hurt so bad.
Yeah.
So, going back to the actual moment, you know, I scoped myself out, was like, oh shit, took off my jacket, wrapped myself around, you know, first thing, got to put pressure on my wound, make sure it doesn't bleed, or make sure I have something to, like, help it lock down. And so I started walking down, and it's like, it's so crazy because to get to the darker side of things, your brain, when you're like injured and you've never been injured like that before, your brain, like, you don't even have to think I should call for help. It just, like, for me personally, I was walking down, it was just like, suddenly I was just saying, help, somebody help. Like, it's so instinctual, you don't even almost realize you're saying it until after it's been said.
Yeah, because like in those events, you just reach the very primal, instinctive part of your brain. That's the only brain that can handle the function.
Yeah, it's
that can function during those times.
It's so instinctual. And so that's what I was doing. I was walking down. I was like, I should go check on Josh, but so I was like calling out for help instinctually, very primal. And then I heard you scream. And then that's when my brain just snapped, and I was like in full on like, all right, you need to take care of this. And then I just like rushed down to where you were. And then that's where I found you on the curb. And now you can tell your perspective.
So where should I pick it up?
Probably just when you started going down.
Okay, so I started going down. I saw this dude. He was like a solid 10, 15 feet ahead of me at first. That's how fast we picked up speed.
Yeah.
So I started to catch up with him. I saw him start to get wobbles and stuff like that. I felt the wobbles. I was like, shit.
Yeah.
So I see him bail, and I'm like, that doesn't look like it ended so well, so I'm not going to do that. So I decided to try and turn out of it at the bottom, because there was a road at the bottom, which, by the way, there was a live-ass road down there.
Yeah.
Like an active road.
I don't know what we were thinking.
We could have easily gotten hit by a car.
It was just a lack of logic, in all honesty.
So I see him bail. I could go past. I try to turn out at the bottom. I get most of the turn done, but I'm going fast enough that there's no way for me to get, and my trucks aren't loose enough or tight enough or whatever, that I can't turn sharply enough. So I was going to hit the curb whether I bailed or not.
Yeah. You would have wanted them looser, but to try and take out that turn. Yeah. But if you're looser, you're going to get more speed wobbles. So
yeah, so I tried to do the turn. I could see I wasn't going to make it. It was so frustrating because I was so close.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, okay, I'm not going to make this. So I just bailed because I was already basically in like a sitting position like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of sat back and let skid towards the curb. And when I say skidded, I mean like I skipped like a stone. And so like imagine this is the curb, right? Here's my right foot. It just rams into that full speed. Nothing to stop it. And so you know when like something is going against something really fast and like it hits it and it just kind of pops up a little bit? That's what happened to me. So my foot hit, I pop up, I come back down, I'm like, whoa. Because like just the impact was very jarring.
Yeah.
So like at first I didn't really feel any pain. I mean like something felt off with my foot or whatever, like it felt kind of numb or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't feel any pain. So as I kind of turned around so I could get on the, so I sit on the curb because, you know, let's be honest, concrete road, not very
No.
comfortable to sit on.
Definitely not.
So I was like, you know, I'm gonna sit on the curb, you know, because I like sitting on curbs. So I hop up there, and I think it was that movement that made me feel all the pain,
Yeah.
and it was bad because it was unlike anything I'd ever felt in my life. Probably because it was an injury unlike I'd ever gotten in my life. So I didn't know this at the time, but my foot was very badly broken.
Super badly.
And it took 2 x-rays and a CT to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
So what had happened was, somehow as I hit, my bone, the outside of the bone that links the rear foot to the midfoot, had fractured and then impaled. When I say impaled, I mean literally impaled the bone on the midfoot.
Yeah.
So I had to get surgery on that. Now I have a metal plate in my foot.
Which is cool. You're like,
I mean, I'm closer to being Iron Man.
dude, same. Literally, I had the same joke in my brain, and I was like, I won't make that. He's got to continue his story, and then you made it, and that satisfies me. More. Oh my god.
And then after surgery, I had to go through PT.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, those are probably some pretty dark times for us.
Yeah. So what happened for me as far as pain goes, the biggest injury I had was like pain. It was weird because it was like I was in pain when I was walking down, but the second I heard you scream and you were in pain and everything, I heard you, and my brain, when it switched, I forgot about all pain I had in my entire body. It wasn't until we got your family picking us up and I got in the car and I was getting in the car that suddenly all that pain started rushing in. And then like my hand was on fire, my knee was on fire, and my hip was in pain.
Yeah.
And like I was very hyped up on adrenaline because like, I mean, it was the funniest moment for me in that entire experience was when I got there, sat down next to you, and I was like, "How you doing, buddy?" And then you were like, "Well, I can't walk." And then I looked at you and I was like, "That sucks." And then you were like, you asked me, you're like, "Well, how are you doing?" And I was like, "Well, I got messed up pretty bad. I think we got to go to the doctors, like the ER doctors."
And this was all in just like normal conversational tone.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like panic or anything. We're just like, "Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?" Yeah,
And
like
then
that kind of thing.
And then you were like, "Oh shit, you think we got to go to the ER?" And I was like, "Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Do you want to see it?" And then you were like, sure." And I was like, "It's pretty gross." And you were like, "Yeah, I'll see it." And then I showed you, and I kid you not, your face went, "Oh fuck." Like you just immediately went, "Oh fuck," because it was a bloody ass wound.
It was. Hopefully YouTube doesn't demonetize us for this.
We aren't showing anything besides scars. But yeah, it's not like we're gonna get monetized either. You have to be like have like 1,000 something subscribers for that.
Well, at least I was just like, hopefully YouTube doesn't get us in trouble for talking.
That's
about this
fair.
or doing anything like
That's
this.
fair.
Because YouTube is weird with that kind of shit.
True. But to kind of tie things up, you know, I went to the ER. He does his whole surgery PT business. And then like while I was healing up, you know, it took me forever to get my skin healed up for my scar on my hip. Like literally so long. It was months of just like going to the doctors and then being transferred to someone who actually deals with, like, it was wound care. I went to doctors originally was helping me out. Then I went to wound care and all that business, dealing with stitches that absorb into your body, which is weird. But like the thing that really hit us was the emotional impact. I didn't make When I Die, and I didn't actually start putting out all my music that you can see on Spotify and everything today. I didn't start putting that stuff out until after this incident, because that whole incident, number one, gave me control issues. And number two, it made me more panicked as a human being and more anxious. And number three, it really made me realize, like, I haven't done anything. Nothing I can be proud of is out there. And so it made me kind of take down Cacophony In, which was originally on Spotify, because I wasn't really proud of it. And then I started working on music, and now after putting out When I Die and putting out a project that I'm really proud of, it helped me get way more serious about music. Like, all the stuff that we're going to be putting out from now on is after this experience, and it is happening because of that experience. I think it is like,
for sure.
It furthered our mental states to just be like, okay, I haven't done anything. We have so much to do, so many ideas that we want to work on, and so we're going to do it.
Yeah. And that brings us to kind of where we are now.
Yeah. I mean, to recap, we went through Cloudless Lights, Telmont Park, Linear Aggression at first, and now we are here to Cozy. And
where we will be staying for a long time.
Hopefully forever.
Whether you like it or not.
Hopefully forever.
Yeah, we're going to be here, whether you like it or not. So
yeah, so we have
Get cozy.
We get cozy. Hey, I like that.
Hey.
Wait. I got it. So be aware that we have a song coming out May 30th. We're gonna try and do another podcast. We don't have episodes backlog, so it's not guaranteed. But we're gonna try and put up another episode every week. And I think we're
like every Thursday we're gonna try and have an episode up.
Yeah, so this is probably gonna be put out like probably closer to the nighttime. Yeah, because editing and everything. But besides that, it's pretty cool. I think hopefully this recaps, and gets you to kind of know who we are as people. And I hope this was a pretty good opener to the Cozy Cast. I hope you like the Cozy Cast name. This was really fun. I honestly really enjoyed it, and I hope everyone who was listening enjoyed it. This is a longer episode. I think this is gonna be on the longer end. It's like an hour and 11 minutes at the moment. So honestly, it's pretty cool. And I don't know. We're gonna end off now because why not?
Well, I got a dip soon to get my haircut.
Yeah, he's going to get a haircut, and I'm gonna exist in my home.
Yeah, I'm gonna make him do all the editing while I get all styled up. Because that's how this relationship works.
So to end off, this was Cozy Cast, and we are Cozy, the band. We got a song coming out May 30th. We're gonna keep plugging that, and be aware that it's gonna be pretty fun. And
things are gonna be happening.
Honestly, just be cozy, keep being cozy, and live your life, and vibe out.
Well, exactly what he said.
We need to come up with an outro.
We do.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah. For now, though, we'll see you next week. If any kind of teasers come out on the channel, keep aware. Yeah. And hey, if you want to keep up to date with every episode of this, we'll probably at some point try and put these out as like actual things on Spotify, as podcast episodes on Spotify and everything. But until then, subscribe, hit the notification bell, fondle it if you want to. I suggest fondling it. And
we're really back to that.
We're back to it, okay? And then, you'll get to keep up to date with every Cozy Cast episode that comes out.
Woo!
I hope you enjoy, and I hope you like whatever we have planned in the future. So yeah. Again, be cozy, and we'll see you all next week.
Indeed.
Yes.